I'm Andy Richardson, and this is Hooked UK. In this week's programme, we're at the Carron Valley Fishery, which is not too far away from Glasgow, believe it or not. And look at the scenery behind me. We're going to be fishing for wild brown trout, overwintered rainbows, and some of the most pristine stocked rainbow fish you will ever find in Scotland. I hope you enjoy the programme. So we're here at Carron Valley Reservoir, and as you can see, big structure behind us. Could you tell us a bit about this place?
Well, Carron Valley, Andy, it's a place I've loved fishing for many years.
Yeah.
It's located only 40 minutes from Edinburgh, 30 minutes from Glasgow. It's one of Scotland's principal competition waters.
Is it?
Yep, absolutely. It was always a brown trout water, and until recently they've stocked it with rainbows, good quality rainbows at that. But the big thing I love about this place is you catch browns and rainbows in equals numbers, and it's a fantastic top of the water place.
Yeah.
So we're going to go and give it a bash. This is it's mid-April. It's still early. The water's cold. There's still some snow on the hills.
Snow on the hills. It's freezing.
I know it certainly is. But we're going to go and bank fish it today, and we're going to go and see what we could do, and try and catch some nice brown trout, some overwinter trout, and some stockies as well. So it'll be good fun, and we'll catch up with the fishery manager later, and we'll have a few words with him as well, and
perfect.
See what we can do. So
okay, best of luck.
Thanks, Andy. Need it.
I know.
So Andy, early season tactics for brown trout, rainbow trout. We're here at Carron Valley. Keep it simple, that's the key. We're going to be fishing with a fast intermediate line, which allows me to fish through the depths quite adequately. If I want to fish the upper depths, I could just count to 5. If I want to fish deeper, you just count to 10, 15 seconds. So you could go through the whole spectrum of depths and fish the flies very effectively. At this time of year, you are going to be fishing for stockies, combined with overwintered fish and wild brownies. So in order to kind of cover all eventualities, I'll be fishing with a yellow dancer with a hot head on the point. Without a doubt, one of the best early season stocky flies that there is. But you do pick up wild fish on it as well, without a doubt. Good all rounder. A lot of people prefer a humongous, silver and black. golden black. It's a great fly as well early season. When you're fishing for early season fish, you know these fish are aggressive, they're hungry. It's all about the depth and the speed that you're fishing at. And if you're not getting takes, just adjust the colour, change the colour about, and you will start picking up fish. But depth, very important. Retrieve, very important as well. I tend to fish a slow figure of 8, twitch it, and as I come in, speed it up a bit to try and induce that take, and then hang the fly just as it's coming out of the water. Now, as far as the brownies go, favourite fly of mine is your Irish dabblers. I fish claret, pearly, black, whatever suits you, and certainly depending on what the light is. Today I'm fishing a pearly dabbler. It works great in sunny conditions, but I find it also works great in dull conditions for me, and hopefully we'll pick up fish on that today. So great one if there's wild brownies in the loch to be had. Great one to have on your top dropper, or certainly put one in the middle as well, and you should pick up fish on that. Today on the middle dropper I'm going to be fishing a dwellback, great all-round fly, picks up rainbows and browns, and just experiment about with them. I prefer the ones with a hot head, with a small red head on it, and again just tweak it back slowly, experiment with the depth, and you'll get your fish. So we'll go and put this to the test and see what we can do. So Andy, we're here early season on Carron Valley. It's mid-April. It's a fantastic water, this. One of the best competition waters in Scotland, and one of the best fisheries in Scotland as well. And one thing I do like about this place is, unlike a lot of stocked waters, this is still a fantastic brown trout water, and the brown trout and rainbow trout catches are kind of equal. So we're here early season, we're fishing from the bank as opposed to in the boat. My tactics today are a fast intermediate line. We've got a mini yellow dancer on the point to target the stockies. In the middle we've got a dwell back, and on the dropper we've got a dabbler, like a pearly dabbler, which is a great all-round brown trout fly and rainbow trout as well. So we're trying to cover everything here and give ourselves a good chance of catching both species. What a lot of people don't know about this loch is that it's also got powan in it. A bit early for the powan. They're more commonly known to be caught in Loch Lomond, but they were actually stocked here many years ago when Loch Lomond had an algae problem, and it was they stocked this loch as a backup to secure the continuation of the species, basically. There is a few other lochs in Scotland that have them, I think 4 altogether. Loch Lomond in here are 2, I think Loch Eck's got them as well. It is a bit early for them, you're more likely to catch them in the summer months on buzzers and things like that, but yeah, good fun all the same. So we've been out for about 40 minutes fishing. We've had one fish, we've also lost another. We'll keep fishing along the shore here, casting out. We'll do the clock face. It's important to cover all the water around you and not just casting the same spot every time. And we'll start fishing it at 10 seconds, fishing it down to 15 seconds where we're pretty much trailing the bottom, and see what we can pick up. Thank God the rains went off. It was torrential rain this morning. You can see there's pockets of cloudy water out in the middle of the loch there, where the burns have been coming in spate. So in these conditions, my setup of choice, as far as rod goes, is either a 9.5 or a 10 foot 8 weight, something that's quite pokey that could actually punch right into that wind. I've got a weight forward 8 fast intermediate on, so it allows me to kind of manipulate the depth that the line's fishing quite easily. I could fish it easily in the upper layers, or fish it quite deep if I want to. It just gives me that versatility for fishing off the bank. I don't really need to go down any deeper, such as a wet cell 2 or 3 for that matter. It's just, it'd be too deep and I'd be picking up weed in most casts. unless I want to fish a booby or something like that. But I personally don't like fishing boobies on the bottom. I find it quite boring, to be honest with you. A floater would be ideal. We probably would get a fish on a floater if I persevered. But for the purposes of the show, we're wanting to catch more fish, so we'll stick to what we're doing. One thing I do like doing in the early season when the wind's not as high as this is fishing a midge tip or a floater, casting out and just let the wind carry it around and just gently twitch it back, and just to really keep up with the line, and you do certainly pick up a lot of fish in that. So not only have you got a really good chance on here of catching rainbows and browns, but the sizes of fish are good. Frequently fish in the 3 and 4 pound class are caught both brown and rainbow. I think the record brown on here was just short of 10 pounds. So, you know, cracking fish, and plenty of rainbows well into double figures. So you've always got that chance of getting the specimen as well as just the average size brown and rainbow. So there's good variety of fishing on here overall. Both boat and bank. Cracking boats in here, all with outboard motors, and a good fishery not too far away from Stirling, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Dundee, so it's very accessible and a beautiful place to come and fish, even early season. And if you do come on here to fish on a boat, take a drogue. If it's going to be in a wind like this, it's a fair expanse of water, and although it may look a nice little ripple, there we go. It's a better fish. The good thing about here, because it being shallow, there's only one way the fish could go, and that's out the way, not down the way. So you get a good scrap off them. So this is a rainbow this time, and that's to the yellow dancer again. Netting the fish coming out the water, I'll be able to land them just out here. Like so. There we go. Nice wee fish, about £1.5 pounds, £1.75. Minimum of fuss. I don't like netting fish if you don't need to. Obviously in a boat you need to carry a net, but when you're wading out here, just bring them to hand. It's fine, and it's cost minimum fuss to the fish and to myself. There we go. So this time Andy, this is to the top dropper, which is my pearly dabbler. Big one, size 8, big wave, big fly. Again, rainbow trout. Nice fish. Oh, this actually looks like a fish that's possibly overwintered. And it is indeed. Absolute cracker of a fish. Actually, I'll go back on that. It's not overwintered. It's just a very, very good quality stocked fish. So yeah, so again, there he is there. Absolute stunning fish. Stunning rainbow trout, fully finned. Cracking quality of a stocked fish. So good on them. Now it just goes to show what I was saying earlier about the the fish moving around. We've fished this whole shore here and we've not touched the fish, and we've just come, as we've come into this bay here, and we've had a brownie and 2 rainbows, quite rapid, and this is where we had fish earlier as well. So just with the change in the bottom, with it getting a little bit more weedy, different foodstuffs for the fish, probably more invertebrates. So the fish clearly are a wee bit more concentrated here. That's a theory. Again, we're casting out, we're letting it sink for 10 to 15 seconds. We're not doing 9 to 12, we're just doing 12 to 2 really, just with the way the wind's coming. And just moving down the shore bit by bit. And that way we're covering a good amount of water. This time, this is a smaller fish. Is it a brown? Is it a rainbow? No, it's a one of them. It's another brownie. Fantastic. So yet again, we're catching a good amount of rainbows. Nice wild brown. On a yellow dancer again. Quite thin, but it is early season. But a nice wee fish all the same. As I say, one of the only fisheries that I come to that you catch it's kind of almost equal amounts to browns to rainbows. Normally when you get rainbows in a loch, it does put the browns off a bit, but Llantrathon's another one which I've fished for years, and when the summer months come in, you catch a good amount of browns on there too, as well as rainbows, so it's nice to have that variety. I do like catching brown trout, I must admit, particularly on top of the water. Not on the yellow dancer, but nevertheless, it's a fish. So Jimmy, thanks very much for having us here at Carron Valley. It's a fantastic fishery. You would think you were in the Highlands of Scotland here. Now you've been here for how many years?
2 seasons now. I've took over from took the main directorship of Carron Valley Fishery.
Okay.
Previously I used to help out with Scottish Water with the fisheries, the 37 fisheries, and it's been a favourite place of mine since I was a kid. My grandfather used to take me here fishing, old style trout fishing with the wet lines and just fishing in the troughs of the waves. It was a brown trout fishery only then, and we've turned it around into putting rainbow trout, blue trout, and there's a rare species of fish called the powan in here.
Yeah.
Probably you'll have some time in the summer time to have a go at them as well.
Hopefully, yeah. Good. It's a fantastic place, and the one thing about this loch I find with compared to other lochs is you catch as much browns as you do rainbows. There's a great head of browns in here, and some big ones as well.
Last season there were over 4,000 brown trout caught and released.
Mm-hmm.
The modern day angler now is not into killing fish, they're more into catch and release.
Yep.
And it's actually doing the fishery a great favour and a great service with returning all the wild fish.
Sure.
It has a spin-off because they're breeding more, and there's more in the water, there's more fish for people to catch.
Sure. And what size are you getting fish up
We're
to?
getting, last week, the Scottish National Fly Fishing League was out, and a boy had a lovely brown trout at 5.5 pounds.
That's a cracking fish for a
That's
wild
a beautiful fish for a wild place like this.
But you've had some bigger ones than that, I believe.
We've had browns up to 9 pounds in weight. The fishery record is about 17 pounds for the rainbow trout.
That's a good
but
fish.
There's also fish up to 22 pounds in here.
Yeah, that's a good
Stocked,
fish.
aye.
Well, somebody will be lucky one of these days, I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm
aye,
sure.
they will be, aye.
So, and for the future, where do you go from here?
From here, we're actually spending £40,000 in a new fishing lodge. We've spent about £15,000 in new boats, and we're hoping to turn the boats over, bring more rainbows into the fore and let them grow on. We don't want to be stocking fish with round tails, and
Sure.
so we want them to naturally grow on so that you get a naturally wild rainbow trout, if you like.
Sure. And your quality of fish, they're grade A fish. I mean, I've seen them myself.
Yeah.
They're full. You could almost mistake them for an overwintered fish, and they fight like hell as
Correct.
well.
We're really fussy about the type of fish that we get.
Mm-hmm.
The fishery manager really understands that it's quality rainbow trout that we want to put in here. We don't want to.
Quality is key these days,
Yeah.
and with the high profile competitions you're having here, and the size of the water, with the view, you've got yourself a
We've
crack.
also got a lot of foreign visitors now coming.
Okay.
We've even got Americans. One American in particular comes once a month
Right. Okay.
to fish it. Flies over once a month just to fish the Carron.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me feel really proud that we've turned it around a little
Sure.
bit, and we're bringing international visitors to
Yeah.
Carron Valley.
And talking of that, Glasgow Airport is only about an hour from here, as I
half
said.
an hour, aye.
Half an hour.
Aye.
As I said.
Greg, I'd like to present to you a little fly. It's a local tie-in. It's called the Rosy Bell, this fly, and it does really well in Carron fishery. I hope you have a lot of good luck with it.
Thank
in
you very
other
much.
places. I wish you the best of luck
Good.
with it. It will work for brown trout as well
Sure.
as rainbow trout.
Well, Jimmy, thank you very much for having us. We'll definitely be back. It's a great place you've got here, and best of luck for the future.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.